Welcome to Sherpa Dave's Recon series. On my channel, I try and make Zwift more fun and more accessible for riders new and old. As you can see, I fall more into the old category myself, but I don't let that stop me. If you want to get more from Zwift, follow along with us today, and if you like what you see, take a look at some of the other videos on the channel. Now, today's video is a Recon ride for the upcoming Zwift Racing League team time trial on Watopia's Magnificent 8 route. If that's what you're looking for, let's dive right in. This route is the best of both worlds. It starts with a fearsome climb up Watopia's Hilly Reverse, and that is followed by miles and miles of flat through the desert. The trick here is get as many of your riders together up the Hilly Reverse so you can use them and create a nice train for those miles across the desert. We've actually done this route before in Zwift Racing League. In season 1, it was the second team time trial that we did, but there were a lot fewer of you then than there are now. For the Recon ride today, I was lucky enough to join Jet, a Japanese group, so sumimasen for gate crashing your group ride, but also arigato for letting me join your group ride. Thank you guys. Okay, onto the Recon for the ride itself. So now that I've mastered the ability to get you the nice clean interface, the HUD-less display, but actually still keep the gradients and the mini-map, it means I can simplify the DS notes a little bit. As we go through the ride, I'm going to focus on key landmarks you can look out for, but the distances will always be there as well in the little pop-ups. So it's out of the pens, through the gate, and your first test comes 300 meters past the start-finish gate, and that's just that short 2 to 3%, half a kilometer rise up to the tunnel ahead of you. Should be easy peasy lemon squeezy for you all. Just get in formation and ride through it. After that, it's across the sky bridge, around the volcano, and then across the land bridge. As you're going around the volcano, you will go down that double bump, but going downhill, no problem at all. Just keep an eye on speed and grouping, and you're good to go. Cross the land bridge, and that's the first section over. We had another big jump in subscriber count this week. We're up to 825, which is 50 more than this time last week. That's fantastic. And look, if you haven't subscribed yet, and you do find yourself watching these videos or watching the channel on a regular basis, please do. It really helps the channel out a lot. As you're crossing the land bridge, keep an eye out for the humpback bridge that you will see. It's at 5 kilometers into the ride. The tarmac switches to dirt or gravel at this point, and you enter into the segment that Eric at Zwift Insider calls the dirty suppressor. The trick with this section is that the gravel feels a couple of percent harder than the tarmac does. When you hit that hill, it's going to say 2, 3, 4%, but you should be thinking of 4, 5, 6% in terms of the level of effort. The gravel ends as you hit the fountain. Well, don't hit the fountain. The gravel ends as you go around the fountain. After the Italian village, the road continues up slightly for another half a kilometer past the waterfall, and then drops down and crosses over the bridge. You should now be starting to confirm what your plan is to get over this first segment of the Hilly KOM reverse. Take a look at the VeloViewer 3D view here. You can see that the worst part of the entire climb is this first bend where it hits 12%. There isn't anything that you can do except get over it as individuals, but then you have to make a conscious effort to regroup to tackle the rest of the climb up, because you want to go through that KOM marker at the top as a tight group. Okay, as you go around the first bend, you can see that the grade eases slightly. That's the time to regroup and make sure you've got everybody that you can keep together, and then head up for the rest of the KOM, which is a lot easier than that first part. You can see the end of the KOM a little ways out, 300-400 meters out. So as you approach it, keep your eye on it, stay together, and go through it as a tight group. And after that, it's the downhill, which does give you a nice opportunity to super tuck. I got an 8-second super tuck the last time I did it. Let's see if you can beat me. And again, comments down below if you can. After that, it's a straight shot across the desert. You do have that little dirt section as you exit Ocean Boulevard and go into the desert, but I don't think that's going to bother you at all. It's a couple of % at most. It is on dirt and a little bit of boardwalk as you go over the bridges, but nothing really to worry about. Basically, get in formation with everyone that you have and ride that 12 kilometers to Saddle Springs. See the futuristic building that's actually the LAX control tower at around 22.5 kilometers, and that will signify the gentle climb up that we call the Col de Saddle Springs. That's 900 meters at 2.5% on average, peaking at 3. You know you've got to the end of it when you reach the sign. No, not that sign, the second sign. Down the hill the other side, no opportunity to super tuck at all, but it is a nice respite to be heading downhill. If you've got the legs as a team, maybe you use this opportunity to accelerate a little bit. Alright, it's pretty simple now. Just 4 kilometers through the undersea tunnels, that little bump up as you come out of the tunnels, and then a straight shot down to the downtown Watopia start-finish gate where you started the ride. Bike choice is interesting this week. By the numbers, this is a flat course. There's only really one bump in the course, and that leads you to think that an aero bike will be the right choice. And for most of you, it probably is the right choice. I'll be riding my Venge with the disc wheels because for the bulk of the ride, that will give me the additional aero performance I'm looking for. But there will be a few of you for whom that KOM will be really, really hard, and it will be worth you looking at a more balanced bike like the Tron that will give you a slight edge up the hill without degrading your performance on the flat too much. As always, you should take a look at Eric's page on what to buy at each level and really make the decision that's right for you. I would love to hear what you're going to ride, so stick a comment down below with your thoughts. Okay, let's have a look at times. Every division within each category is different, of course, but I pulled some representative examples of where the top teams in each of the groups are going to come in based on a combination of things. I looked at how you did this route the last time out, but that was a smaller set of teams. So I also looked at how the team time trial on Thursdays handled this, but of course that has a completely different category system. So at the end of the day, I just used my supreme knowledge of how well you guys are going to do to give you some targets. And here you go. And now, here's a longer lasting look at the DS tear-off sheet as the band plays me out.